This is everything you will need to make a wonderful butternut squash black bean vegan enchilada casserole. You will cut, peel, and clean your butternut squash and cube it. You can also buy it this way prepared from your local grocery store, usually in the produce section, and it will save you a ton of time in this recipe. So once you have that all cleaned and cubed, then you will roast that in the oven on 375 for about 30 minutes or so. Use about a tablespoon of olive oil or two and some salt and pepper. Just make sure you coat that really well and then throw that in the oven. I usually turn that about 15 minutes or so, halfway through, just to be sure that it cooks real evenly. Alright, so while that's in the oven, you go ahead and peel, dice, and get your other vegetables ready for saute while that's cooking. Let's start with the red onion. You can use any kind of onion that you prefer. And your bell peppers. I like yellow and orange. But once again, you can use green or whatever you have on hand, whatever you like, and zucchini. And you want to make sure that you chop these about the same so that they cook real even, and get your vegetables all ready for sauteing. And in a deeper skillet, I get about 2 tablespoons of oil, and about the same time your butternut squash should be coming out, so you can get that out and let that rest while you saute your vegetables and get those going. I'll saute these for about 7 to 10 minutes or so until they're al dente. Be sure to add some salt and pepper throughout this process periodically, just a little here and there. Add different layers to your dish. You want to get these pretty good and soft before you add your corn, black beans, and then finally your butternut squash back to the dish. You want to be sure to rinse your black beans really well. And then we'll add a teaspoon of cumin and chili powder to your saute vegetables. You'll mix that in really well. And just continue to saute this until they soften. Like I said, add your drained corn, your rinsed black beans. Be sure they drain real well. And mix that in really well. And then last but not least, you'll add your butternut squash back into the vegetable mixture, and just be sure not to overly stir it at that point so that you don't get mushy butternut squash. Once you have that nice and mixed together, you'll start to get your casserole layers ready. You'll start with a casserole dish, whatever size you choose. You'll start with about a cup of salsa. You can use any kind of salsa that you prefer. Just spread that in the bottom of your casserole dish or pan. Get that prepared for your corn tortillas to layer on that. This prevents them from sticking to the bottom as well, as gives it a little extra layer of flavor. You'll arrange those on the bottom and then top with your vegetable mixture, and be sure that it covers the complete top of the corn tortillas. Next, you'll add a layer of vegan sour cream. I usually just do this in about 4 to 6 dollops and then smear that into it. You want to get that nice and even. Then you can add your enchilada sauce, or your vegan cheddar cheese, whichever you prefer. I've done it both ways, and I usually switch it up in between layers depending. Then another layer of corn tortillas, topped with your vegetable mixture. And like I said, you want to use about a third of that mixture on each layer so that you can have a nice even flow to your casserole. And then another layer of vegan sour cream and enchilada sauce with vegan cheddar cheese. And then the last layer of corn tortillas with your final layer of mixed vegetables. You just want to be sure that that completely covers the corn tortillas. And then enchilada sauce and your vegan sour cream. And then you'll top that off with the vegan cheddar cheese. And your casserole will be ready to go back into the oven. And you'll just turn down the heat to 350 and then top with some aluminum foil. I usually just do the foil for about the first 10 minutes or so. And then take that off so that you can get a nice melt on your cheese. You want to be sure to tint your foil so that it doesn't pull your cheese off when you take that off. And so you'll go in the oven for 350, about 20-25 minutes, just long enough to get it nice and bubbly around the edges and for your cheese to melt. And then there you have it, a wonderful vegan butternut squash black bean enchilada casserole, and everyone will love it. It'll be one of your party favorite dishes. Thank you for watching.
If you liked the video, like and subscribe for more content and hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop a new video, because I'm bringing them good soul food recipes that you grew up with at your grandma's house. I'm coming in like that. And follow me on all social media platforms.
I remember when we first met, how it looked you in your eyes and it tempted me to smile. I knew it must have been God's then. You so lovely, the way you love me, your mind bends. Tell me that you gon' love me until time ends. I don't know if I deserve that. I don't feel like I done earned that. My mind wonders, you telling me I'm the only one. I know you too good for me, but I don't really gotta lie. But you love me for what I got, and you ain't never knocking.